For setup, your knees should be over the arches of your feet. Where are the arches of your feet? Right, over the middle of your shoelaces. His knees are over his toes, over the balls of his feet. So he needs to be back here. His hands are too close to his body. All right, now let's look at Billy Horschel. Tony has a little bit more knee flex than Billy Horschel there. You can see Billy's, if I put the line on Billy's knee, it's pretty close to the middle of his shoe. It is. His camera's different. All right, now Tony's big problem is he's going to go that way. Watch his head. That's his practice swing. This is a real one. Now, what does this club do? What have we been telling Tony since Tuesday? His club goes way inside and his head dips. Okay? We've been trying to fix that for a while. Now, what I would suggest Tony does is we have to imagine he's got his head on a coffee table and his sister gets to chop his head off every time his head drops below the coffee table. She can chop it right off. All right, now, inside and down. What is that going to do to his ball flight? And where's his golf club at the top relative to Billy? Does Billy Horschel do that? He doesn't drop his head. What does Billy do on the backswing? Now, he's set up to hit what kind of shot here? He's set up to hit a cut. That's right. Why? How do you know that? Yeah, because his left foot's behind his right. Now, look at where the pin is. The pin's right here. Well, there's water over here. The short side of the pin is over here. So he's got all this green over here he's playing with. And he knows that he can't hit it to the right, because if he hits it right, he's in the water. So that's why he's hitting a cut. Notice the takeaway's not inside. The shaft's going to be coming down pretty much parallel to the incline of the shaft established at address when I put that line down. This is a different angle. So Tony's backswing's pretty good. It looks pretty much like Billy. Except he could go further back. He could have more wrist cock. Now Tony drops his head down. So now what is he going to have to do to recover to hit the ball? He's got to pop back up. Here he comes. Watch him. He's going to pop right up. There he goes. He pops up. Here he goes, popping back up. And there's impact. All right. Now, what's Tony's impact position relative to his address position look like? What's going on there? So he got a lot of movement here, right? Watch this. Look how far his head goes, right? So that's why I'm always telling Tony, we got to get the backswing going straight back, and so if we could get his club to go straighter back, he wouldn't dip. His head wouldn't dip. There's more of an affinity to go forward when your hands go around. All right. So look at Billy Horschel here. See how he keeps he's got a lot of hip rotation, but his head stays up pretty good. Tony's head's going to dip down, then pull back. All right. So what do you think Tony's path was on that one? 1.5 degrees to the right, and the face was pretty square. Square to the path, so it was a slight push. All right. So what should we work on Tony? And we're going to work on his backswing. Everything else is pretty good. Setup. Got a little work to do on the setup. Less knee flex. All right, let's look at Russell Knox, because Russell Knox is more about Tony's size. He's a little smaller guy. Yeah, he's got a longer club. Those guys are probably hitting a 240 shot, 230. But notice the takeaway, pretty much on line. See how that's parallel coming down the shaft? Now look at how that club, see how the club head is directly in line with his feet, parallel to his feet? Does Tony do that? Let's see. So he could get a little more wrist cock, but his club's pretty close. But he's got a lot of movement, guys. He's going up, down, and back. So the difference is Russell Knox a little more consistent because he's got a little bit less movement. So we're just going to focus on the takeaway, Tony. Let's get that down. Get that club to look a little more like that at the top. All right.